Guys, and welcome back to Let's Talk About It 803. I'm here with the beautiful Chanise Taylor. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you for the opportunity so much.
Oh, thank you for being here. Listen, you have something wonderful here. You have a boutique. Let's talk about Shanice first, and then let's go into this beautiful boutique you have.
Woo! So Shanice is me. My name is Chanise Taylor, born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama. Magnet school student, young girl that's always evolving, always telling, always being herself wherever she is. Have gotten penalized for it in the past, right? But it all makes sense because of where I am today. So I've always done my own thing. I'm a very good team player, but I always end up taking the lead in some shape, form, or fashion. And instead of burying that, I've just decided to go ahead and own it and just to do something with it. So I have been reselling out of my home for the past 4 years. Well, 3 years prior. Um, Fashion has always been a passion of mine. I always like expressing myself through outfits, colors, and I feel limited with just retail. I've always felt limited. So I've always been a thrift girly. I've shopped in other people's closets before because I want to get what feels good to me. I don't want to be limited to Burlington and Ross, even though don't get me wrong, that's the spots now. But when you're looking for something different, you just have to go elsewhere. So always been a thrift girly. People used to make fun of me. They said I dress like an auntie or a grandma because I'll do a kitten heel, I'll do a print, but I just did what made me feel good. So I opened up, I started reselling, I started thrifting, excuse me, when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I said, I can't afford maternity clothes. Like, I just can't do it. So let me go thrift, and then I said, oh, okay, I can really get away with some stuff. So then I
Yes.
started seeing things for other people. And I said, okay, I know so and so could wear that. I know she would love that. And I started posting on Facebook Marketplace. People were coming to my home, wearing the pieces, tipping me, adding on pieces like, hey, girl, you
Yes.
got a necklace or shoes? And I'm like, yeah, I do. So then I said, hey, what else is out there? I tapped into the world of live selling on Facebook, saw that there was an entire thrifting community actually right there, Cynthia, in Georgia and Atlanta. It's booming.
Wow.
So I saw that and I was like, I can do that. I have a background in sales. I worked at Bath and Body Works. I used to be a recruiter for 9 years. And I'm like, if I could sell these companies, I could sell some pieces. Come on, So
Yes. Yes.
I just took a gamble out on myself, and I was living in Birmingham. So I graduated from UAB. I stayed there. And I'm from Montgomery originally. I never wanted to move back home. Last thing I wanted to do, right? But life kind of lifed, and I had to. And I said, if I'm going to be somewhere I don't want to be, I'm going to live the life I want to live. So I quit my job as a recruiter. I was miserable. I quit it. It was a process to it though,
Right.
and then I just stepped out on faith, and God has been taking care of me ever since. So y'all are seeing Faith and Finds Resale Boutique behind me, and that's literally
Yes.
all I have is my faith and my finds. So it's just been such a wonderful journey.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm gonna- That
don't,
is
don't don't cry on me, because I'm gonna cry on you.
Listen, that's beautiful.
Thank
Faith. You
you.
stepped out on faith and boom,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep.
Wow,
Here we are.
that's so amazing. So you worked in several industries, including automotive, aerospace, technical education, and safety. What are some of the biggest lessons you learned during that time?
Uh that was a good time. Straight out of college, I started my career. I started working for a German company first, and
Mhm,
it was learning people,
mhm.
um, learning different cultures, personalities, work personalities. And honestly, I thought I wanted to be that corporate girly, right? But then I realized that you had to put on a mask and be somebody that you're not normally every day. And I wasn't comfortable doing that. Like I can switch it, right? It's a time and a place to put your switch on. But I was
Mhm.
just like, this isn't me. If I have to do this, I'm not gonna be able to do it long, you know. So I learned me and what I'm willing to do and what I want to put up with and put my name on. Because as a recruiter, you're putting your name on that company. I'm
Mhm.
saying, hi, I love this company so much. I want you to come over here. But if I know things aren't 100 at that company, I don't even want to put my neck on the line and have no, I'm not want to invite anybody somewhere where it's not peaceful or
Exactly.
trending towards that way. So I mean, I love the corporate world, don't get me wrong. A lot of stability ish for the most part. I've been laid off several times, and that's another reason why I took a gamble on myself. Because
Right.
people think that 9 to 5 is a comfort, and it is until it's not.
Till
I
it's
know how it is to have a meeting scheduled on your calendar without nothing prefaced, and you like, what you finna say? Like for real, I've been
yes,
there several
yes.
times.
Mhm.
So it was great. It was a lot of learning experience, a lot of business acumen, a lot of things that I gained. It put me out of my comfort zone. If you can imagine, I don't like talking to people. It makes me extremely nervous. But being a recruiter, it pushes you. So it pushed me out my comfort zone. It showed me what I could and what I couldn't do. And it pushed me here. It pushed me here.
And you've been there ever since. I love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Your boutique name is Faith and Finds.
Yes.
How how long did you have this boutique? I mean, because Faith and Finds, that's just it's a deep, it goes deeper than what it really is. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how long have you done this? And just that name specifically, I know you explained it, but specifically,
Right.
why that? You understand?
So, good question. So, when I first started my online boutique, it was called Shandon's Closet. So, it was named after my daughter because she kind of got me back into the thrifting world and reselling. So it was that name that for 3 years. When I relocated back to Montgomery, and decided when God kind of put it on me, like, hey, that ain't what I want you to do. Think big, okay? So I said, okay, well, if you want me to have a brick and mortar, Shandon's Closet may not go over well to everybody. I want something universal where it's gonna catch you. And
Mm-hmm.
my mom, who she makes everybody's name in the family, she made my daughter's name. She combined her dad and my name together. So I was like, Mama, I know you're gonna come up with something. Like, come on, let's get a couple of words. Come, I know you got it. And so, and I love my mom so much. She really has supported me amazingly with this boutique, all the hours up at late at night. And she said, "What about Faith and Fine?" And I said, I like that with the two F's. And if y'all can see, I got my F earrings on. I said, I can see the logo. I just could see, ever since she said it, I just could see how we can just do so much with it. And I said, and that's all I have is my faith in these finds. And I hope y'all respect it and like them. That's where I was at. And it was perfect and it fit. And it can go faith-based, right? If you want to, or it cannot, it depends, but it's universal for everybody and
Mm.
everybody feels welcome and included. And that's what I thrive on. That's what I want everyone to feel comfortable when they walk in, when they walk out. I want you to feel different and have some faith after you leave here. Okay.
The whole point. That's the
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. All right. Listen, I'm gonna just put the questions down for a minute. What is some advice that you can give somebody out there that wants to do what you do or struggling to build a business? What advice would you give them today?
That's a good one. I would say get out of your own way. Analyze what you have today, analyze the resources that you have, and you have to be okay with doing what you want to do, even if you're the only person that believes in it and the only person that's going to physically do the work. In my process, there were a lot of people raising their hands, saying what they were going to do, and they didn't do anything. And I had to be okay with that. And then I had to be okay with knowing that, hey, Chanise, you relying on you. This is your dream, so you're responsible for it. So be okay that everybody doesn't buy in right away. or at all, because you're going to find your people.
Mhm.
Also, advice: your family and your friends are not your only target audience, and try to take it easy on them throughout the process. Everybody doesn't have your same drive, motivation at all. Like, and it's easy to think that people do, but they
Mhm.
don't. So
Mhm.
you're passionate about it. They may not be. Give them grace. You know what I'm saying? But focus on you. Focus on the resources you have. Do the
Yes.
research, right? And don't
Yes.
just rely on yourself. Network. Do the research. And just don't be scared to put yourself out there and be consistent and show up. It's not going to be perfect. It's not. It's not. I try to be a perfectionist. That'll drive you crazy trying to do that. Just post the content. Just show up.
Right.
Um, I've had an issue like on my grand opening. My sign came that day, so I was already like, it's not gonna work. Today is ruined. I actually canceled it on the day of because it was so much stuff going on. And when I thought about it, I was like, man, I had the imposter syndrome. I had done all of this work and I was scared to step into it. How crazy was that? How
Wow.
crazy was that? So believe in what you're doing so that others can believe in what you're doing as well. Because you can't expect them to show up for you if you don't even show up for yourself.
You.
Yeah,
Yes,
gotta show up.
you got to show up. That is
Oh
so
yeah.
beautiful. I
Yep.
love that. Shanice, is there anything else you want to tell the people? At least tell them where you are. At least let them know where
Yes.
they can find
Yes.
you. Let's get it.
Yes, so y'all, I am on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. The business page is named Faith and Finds Resale Boutique. We're located in Montgomery, Alabama. Our address is 549 Northeastern Boulevard, 36117. We're in the Lagoon Shopping Village, towards Wetumpka. If y'all are headed to the casino, y'all can head and stop to see your girl. And right before you get to that exit. And then we're also online. We host weekly shows on Facebook on every Wednesday and Friday for my ladies that aren't local. I also offer one-on-one styling services. I have LED lights in the ceiling, so this place is rentable as well. If anybody wants to have a small, intimate event, yes, we do it all. Book signing, small businesses. If you need a spot to host and do your thing, I can do it. One other thing that I want to let everyone know, this is not Shanice's shop. This is for the community to bring their pieces, to get rid of. I do closet clean outs, all of that. So I want to be a resource to other businesses and other people in need as well. I've collabed with ladies that make custom ties, just different things. So the options are endless. So y'all keep up with me, follow me, and let me know how I can help you. And let me know if you want some styling. Yes.
That's beautiful. Look like sound like a road trip to me, right?
Yeah, because I'm already thinking in my head, I can get to Georgia real quick.
And
That's a
I
two
can
and
get
a
to you
half.
too. I can get to you too. So listen, it's going down in June. We're
Okay.
visiting different communities, and
Okay.
listen, I would love to stop by.
All
Okay.
right. We can make it a day of, small business ventures.
Yes,
Make it a little
absolutely.
thing. So yeah, let's please stay connected. It was such a pleasure to speak with you today. I
It was
appreciate you
a
so
pleasure
much.
to speak with you too. Thank you so much. Guys, y'all stay tuned. Keep watching. Subscribe, comment, follow Miss Shanice, please. Thank y'all. This is what it's about. We support each other, we network. Please follow Miss Shanice. Guys, we'll talk soon.
Yes, bye. Y'all be safe. Have a good weekend.
You
Bye bye.
too. Bye.